How's it going, everyone? The Joker Gamer here. I'm back home, and as you can tell, we are driving a 2023 Chevrolet Corvette Z06. Now, how I know it's a 2023 is if you look on the top there, it just goes to show how realistic this car is. They have the Oni Star. It's a fantastic night, day, or wherever you live, or afternoon. Jumping Jupiter. Also earlier to Carson _ sucks 44. If you're watching, I am so sorry if I hit your car. If you see me if you play this game and if you see me in your street or in the not stream, but if you see me in the car that I'm driving, it's a 2023 C or not C7. It's a 2023 Chevrolet Corvette Z06 Z06 supercharged Z06 Stingray. This thing is fully freaking tuned at 970, I believe, or 75 for the level of the car. Oh, we got another Corvette. Nice. Thing handles really well. It's really easy to aim the freaking. It's like really hard to. It's not hard to steer it at all. And when the roads are slippery, it has really great and fantastic traction. Like like the tires actually stick on the road itself. Like that's impressive. We gotta pull over here so that way we can get out of this rain. You know what I'm saying? We can't allow my car to get all muddy, muddy or wet. Even though my car has a top on it or a roof over it, we still can't allow this expensive vehicle to get wet. Well, we could change it out to a much more modern. This is more of like a supercar. Storm bar. See, I hate that feature about this game. They freaking have the freaking they just disappear because God forbid me to be, oh yeah, basically, God forbid me to be driving right next to him. Oh my God, or right next to the players in the game, so they got to teleport away from me. If this was a Crew 2, that would not even happen at all. It's very rare that you see a player that doesn't actually teleport. It's so stupid. On campus anymore. Hey, welcome in. Ben, if you're home, or Ben, if this is you, I'm home. So if you want to play with me, you can. We can do Phasma, or we can do. We haven't played. We haven't played this game in a while. And then if this is X or Alexis XJ, I got you. We're gonna be putting quite a bit of miles on some Jeeps. You can see my Jeep collection in the game. I don't have a lot, but nothing fancy. But except a 2020 or 2012 Jeep Grand Cherokee SRT8, a 2012 Jeep Wrangler, a 2021 Jeep Gladiator, the 2017 Jeep Mohawk Quicksand Edition or Quicksand Concept, which I guess that was probably supposed to be a car, but it was a training car. And then the 2021 Jeep Wrangler Unlimited Rubicon 392. Since we're going to be putting on some miles, we might as well put a. You know what? You know what? Why don't we change out the color? I was really digging that forest green that you had on your Jeep. That forest ranger green. That is actually really cool. I actually like that. I think I'm gonna paint that. Yeah, 100%. That looks a lot better. Because now it actually looks like an actual off-roader. Put some put some like freaking uh put some off-roading tires on there, white lettering or yellow lettering. Oh yeah. Oh yeah, Enforcer. Enforcer, sir. Skid plate, cause why not? Could buy those rims or these or these. We could buy these rims, these ones, those, these. Those are the stock ones, and then the black rims, which are the ones I have on there. Well, you know, I think we'll buy the. These are pretty. These are pretty nice. Those are like stock Jeep, Jeep rims. Wait a minute. Does this come with a? It should. Yeah. Yeah. That should be a thing in this game. The Jeep Rubicon, I think, should have that. Should have the be able to have the rear back removed as like a maybe well actually maybe it does. I'm not sure. And you know what? Just for that, we'll even put it in a manual gearbox. That way we do some shifting, some gear shifting. There we go. Steering get upgraded in this game? It seems like a lot of my old cars are handling really well on the dirt or on the road when the road is wet. That'd be really nice if they added that. That would be actually a really amazing feature. They fixed the steering, which I think they did. Oh yeah, yeah. Or unless if it's the tires. Ah! Damn it. I'll just drive around and act like that didn't happen. No, you know what? We'll just pretend that that didn't happen. And we're also going to pretend that didn't happen as well. Number. That's funny. Yeah, brother, we be pushing the engine now. We be going Mach 6 at like a million miles per hour in this Jeep. I like it. I like it usually at the red marker because then I can cruise and have a little bit more of a better control over my vehicle. Hold on. I got a good song to play. I heard this actually today. This singer is actually in 1980 from a car crash. This is Red Sylvine.
I'd rather pay the ladder than make the last payment today. Now the points out of New York City to L.A. no long smiles when I pack up the lever. I seem to be back, but I just got the fever. She's a believer. I got the fever like a fever. That's on the run out of highway out in Santa Fe. That's an old freight train I'm making it run the other day. Well, it said his fireman's a fail. He's a problem. It's a big plane off of the rail. He got the fever. He's got the
We
fever.
run a fever.
Said, how much you carrying that cigarette back? I said, I got my second driver and he's gonna drive all of me back. Black bill so long and round. The driver, it's a West Coast. Turn around, it's for the fever. That old fever, the fever. Or that's Dave W. Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. And I passed Dale Reeves down in Shreveport, Louisiana. Dick Curtis got him on the hill up in Maine. I pulled him on over. I pulled him with Jane. He got the fever. He's got the fever and the fever. I've been passing everything from a Jimmy to a Greyhound bus. Gonna spend a few days out on the West Coast and into my run. He's got the fever.
Got the Brunliner fever.
It's a big black bill so long and round. It's a West Coast. Turn around. It's for the fever.
Fever.
On this road, you pass a lot of them little goofy boys. I seen Carlson, Charlie Fry, Ernst Tubb, Joe Monroe, Rod Waits, William Jennings, C. David, George Jones, Orla Wagner, Bill Anderson.
So also C.W. McCall is also a person that passed away as well. That's actually, I think you'll like C.W. McCall. He's one of my favorite singers.
I was thumbing through the want ads and the Shelby County Tribune when this classified advertisement caught my eye. It said take immediate delivery on this 57 Chevrolet half-ton pickup truck. They'll sell her swap for a hide of bed and $35. Call 140-ring-2 and ask for Bob. Well, I called Bob up on the telephone. He says, hello, this is Bob speaking. I said, this here the Bob got the pickup truck for sale? He says, yeah. I says, where are you? He says, 14 East on County 12. Turn right from one lane gravel road. You can park in the yard and wear the dog, wipe your feet off, not 3 times, bring your billfold. Well, I tooled along the East on County 12, turned right from one lane gravel road, and I parked in the yard and turned the shiver. I grabbed on my leg. Then I knocked 3 times to wipe my feet. The dog let go and the screen door opened. Bob comes out and says, what do you want? Says, come see your truck. He says, follow me. Come on, Frank.
Dog's name's Frank.
Well, we all went past the chicken house, through the hog pen, down the tractor shed, and then wound up back to the barn field of cow pies. And sitting right there at the pool of grease was a half-ton Chevy pickup truck with a 1960 license plate. A bumper sticker says, book the dick with a grill box full of rusty parts. Bob said, what do you think? Well, I kicked the tires and got the seat and sat on the petrified apple board. Found a bunch of field mice living in the glove compartment. He says their shaft is bent for rear end. At least you can fix it quick with an oil and rag. Use a nail starter. I lost the key. Don't pay any mind to that whirring sound. Just use a little oil of it outside of that cheap cherry. I said, what'll it take? Says, what do you got? Says, $28.15. Says, you got a deal sign here. I'll go get the title and can full gas. I put the nail in the slot, fired her up. She coughed, fell, stepped a bunch of smoke, and I backed right through the hog pen into the yard. Well, Frank jumped in and bit my leg, and I beat him off the crowbar. He jumped on out, the door fell off, and the left front tire went flat. I jacked it up and patched the tube, and Frank tore a piece of my shirt off. And then Bob came out and called him off, says you better get on out of here. I went left on the one-lane gravel road, went 14 west to count 12, took 2 full quarts, 4 to weight oil, just get to the control station. And I pulled up with a regular pump, and Harold Sykes and his kid come out and says, I've seen better stuff in junkyards. Where'd you ever get that truck? I said, that's a long story, Harold. I was thumbing through the want ads and the Shelby County Tribune when the classified advertisement caught my eye. It said they could immediate delivery on 57 Chevrolet half-ton pickup truck from the Delta Washington.
God damn it. God damn it. Well, Interstate 80, no, dog, wheels, floor, steering,
That was 5 signs.
eat gas now. Child, the old home filler up and keep on trucking cafe. Oh, yeah, fill up and keep on trucking in the old home filler up and keep on. Oh, fill up and keep on trucking cafe. Here in South Sioux, Bobcats, you got it together. Simple thank you, said thank you, honey. It was me that I gave you the money. You wait in the truck, boy. Company best and number 3. Sloan.
Much obliged. Sloan gave a bark. I left her a buck.
You left us hard or the old home fill it up and keep on trucking cafe. Oh, the old home fill it up and keep on trucking. The old home fill it on trucking. The old home fill it up and keep on cafe.
Well, Saturday night we were trucking along. Yeah, me and old Sloan was getting it on. Is that Sloan? Been thinking on getting up and courage.
Nice and nice. See, Trini spin, slid on in, the old fill her up and keep on trucking cafe. Oh, the old home fill and keep on trucking, the old home fill it never closes. Home fill up and keep on trucking cafe.
Well, I got me student with a little shoe and made Davis an offer that
she couldn't refuse.
How'd you like to go for a ride with me and old Sloan?
Just having my truck washed.
She allowed us out, sounded like a whole lot of fun, but we was going to have to wait until things were done. It was all right with me.
Around her mother out of the shoe or something. I said, why not? So we geared that train just super low, and the 4 of us went to see a picture show.
We got to the drive-in theater with the business to see through grid. Saw a late show and Sloan getting slacking and walked out 2 o'clock.
Back to the old home filler up and keep on trucking cafe. Oh, the old home filler up and keep on trucking. Keep on trucking on the old home filler up and keep on trucking cafe. Oh, the old home filler up and keep on trucking on the old home filler up and keep on trucking on the old home filler up and keep on trucking cafe. Nice place down there. So the whole point of that song, there's actually a fascinating, a couple fascinating things about the song. One, he was talking about a trucker or a truck place in South Sioux City, which is not too far from which is not too far from another town that I live in. And also not to also mention, he said the old home and fill her up and keep on trucking cafe. The only place that has a truck stop that big is Walcott, Iowa, at the I-80 truck stop. Is slid on in. So he would be talking about the I-80 highway interstate. The Iowa that leads into that is on their way into Davenport, Iowa. There's a really, really big truck stop there, and he said it's a nice place, which it is. It's one of my favorite places to visit. Every time we go to Illinois, it's one of my favorite places to visit. They even got a museum of trucks there. Like, we're not talking like modern trucks, we're talking the old school stuff, the good trucks. The trucks that made America. They even have some rare ones, even ones that go probably back to 1800 to the 1800s. They have a truck, I think, in there that's 100 something years old, like 110. Like, yeah, it's 110 years old, sitting at the museum. It's one of the oldest trucks in the museum, and it's 110 years old. So every one of his songs has a story to it. A lot of it is basically um, uh, a lot of it is basically the um, Iowa. Since C.W. McCall originally, here's another fascinating fact about him. He is originally an Iowan. He was born and raised here in the state of Iowa.
A real Etsy buyer review for him.
So he's a legit Iowan.
They are truly beautiful to look at and absolutely original. Discover pieces created and loved by real people.
So
Shop the Etsy app.
Black Bear Road, another one of my favorites.
Even our day as kids don't camp out in the mountains. We had one of them U-Drive farm and Jeep cars that we rented from the fellow by the name of U-Box for $30 a day. Buy your gas along the way, take a rapid slip, and find a blood for a deep box. And he explained it all to us how we was supposed to get the Telluride ride with 50 miles away by way of the regular highway. However, there was a shortcut, but unless we had proved the Black Bear Road before, we'd never be off the state. Say it's been the sleep place in the 50s guitar there. Well, it must be the shortcut road you boss you talking about. He didn't pay no mind because he was making peanut butter sandwiches for the kids in the back seat, throwing off and drinking Kool-Aid and playing count the license plates. But they wasn't having too much fun to count the license plate or cars. Because they wanted to go in the car. We went about a mile and a half, about 4 hours, went across the right from the center store, old oil pan on the rock, big Mahal closet. Run over the pump, spilled the Kool-Aid, Roy G stuck his polo, and I pressed loose the first top, the belt through my bone in the back seat. You better don't drink, see. So we had to stop, take off the top, tear everything out, cleaned up. The dogs ran off, the RJ says there's no rams coming on that thing. I wondered what to do. When the entire scene was stand, you watch the drive farm and keep cars sank in the mud. And 13,000 feet above sea level. Well, we jumped it out, made her run, the dog made a yellow hole. So Roy, she got out the Instamatic, took a snapshot of it. Mary Elizabeth drawing a picture of the road. It looked like a whole bunch of Z's and W's all strung together. And RJ took one look at it and said the only way that Jeep car is going down that road is over her dead body. And a rock slipped out in front of the wheel, and the U-Drive farm and Jeep car went right over the edge of the cliff. Doggone it, Roy G. How many times I have to explain it to you? When I tell you there's rocks on her wheel, I mean
Rock.
That's what you got there. Don't make her grapefruit.
Well, I had 2 weeks vacation coming, so I thought I'd drive down to Florida, spend some time with an old friend, date a few girls, make a few parties, and just kind of live it up again. So I packed up my car and I called my mom in Tennessee and told her what I planned to do. She said, "Son, are you coming by?" I said, "Mom, I'm really pushed for time, but I'll see you in a week or two." And I was driving.
Wolf Creek Pass.
Chicken, don't flap that out of Wiggins. We spent all night on the uphill side of 37 miles of hill called Wolf Creek Pass.
which is up on the Great Divide. We was sitting there sucking toothpicks, drinking knee-highs and onion soup mix, and I says, Earl, let's mail a card to Mother and then send them chickens on down the
line.
side.
Yeah, let's give him a ride. Looking down the side.
Well, Earl put down his bottle.
Let's put down on the throttle. The booze in the 1946 built Scream Alive. Oh, they were chickens.
Spraying pine cones, rocks, and boulders, put 400 head of them Rhode Island Reds and a couple of burnt out rooftops. Look out for it. Here we go. Well, we kept trucking, and then
Hands commenced to plucking.
And Earl took out a match and scratched his pants and lit up the unused half of $1 cigar and took a puff. Says, "My, ain't this pretty up here?" I says, "Earl, this hill can spill it. You better slow down, you don't kill it. Just make one mistake and it's the pearly gates for them 85 crates of USDA approved pluckers. You want to hit second?"
Yes,
Well, Earl grabbed on the shifter and he stabbed her into fifth gear. Then the chromium-plated, fully illuminated, genuine accessory shift knob come right off in his hand. I said, "You want to screw that back on, Earl?" He was trying to thread it on there when the fire fell off of his cigar and dropped on down, sort of moving around, and then lifted up Earl's pants and burned home the stock. Yeah, sort of set right on fire. I looked long out of the window and I started counting phone poles going by at the rate of 4 to the 7th power. Well, I put 2 and 2 together and added 12 and carried 5, up to 22,000 telephone poles an hour. I looked at Earl, his eyes were wide, his lip was curled, his leg was fried, his hand was froze to the wheel like a tongue to a sled in the middle of a blizzard. I says, "Earl, I'm not the type to complain, but the time has come for me to explain that if you don't apply some brake real soon, they're going to have to fix it up with a stick and a spoon." Well, Earl leaned back, cocked his leg, stepped down and hardly put on the brake, and the pedal went clear of the floor, and his face right there on the floor. And he said it's sort of like stepping on a floor. Well, from there on down, it just wasn't real pretty. Hairpin County and Switchback City. One of them looked like a Kansas worm. Another one looked like a Syria girl. Right in the middle of the whole damn show was a real nice tunnel now, wouldn't you know? Sign says clearance to the 12-foot line, but the chickens was stacked to 13-9. We shot that tunnel in 110 like gas through a plump and eggs through a hen. We took the top throwing chickens off quicker than still a Louisiana swamp. Went down and around and around and down, we run out the ground at the edge of town and bashed into the side of the feed store downtown Gopher Springs.
The other side. Whoop, big pass way up on the other side. Come through.
I was thumbing through the want ads and the Shelby County Tribune when this classified advertisement caught my eye. It said take immediate delivery on this 57 Chevrolet half-ton pickup truck. We'll sell her swap for a high to bed and $35. Call 140-2 and after Bob. Well, I called Bob up on the telephone. He says, "Hello, this is Bob speaking." I says, "This here the Bob got the pickup truck for sale?" He says, "Yeah." I says, "Where are you?" He says, 14 East on County 12. Turn right on the one-lane gravel road. You can park in the yard. Beware of the dog. Wipe your feet off. Knock 3 times. Bring your billfold. Well, I tooled on East on County 12. Turn right on the one-lane gravel road. And I parked in the yard and turned the shepherd. Come out and grabbed on my leg. Then I knocked 3 times to wipe my feet. The dog let go. The screen door opened. Popped it. I says, "What do you want?" Says, "Come see your truck." He says, "Call me." Call me.
Dog's name is Frank.
Well, we all went past the chicken house, through the hog pen, down the tractor shed, and then wound up back to the barn field cow pies. And sitting right there in a pool of grease was a half-ton Chevy pickup truck with a 1960 license plate, a bumper sticker says "Don't Dig," and a drill box full of rusty parts. Bob said, "What do you think?" Well, I kicked the tires and got the seat and sat on petrified apple core and found a bunch of field mice left in the glove compartment. He says their shaft is bent in the rear end, thinks you can fix it quick with an oil rag. Use a nailed starter, I lost the key. Don't pay any mind to that burring sound. Use a little oil, but outside of that cheap cherry. I says, "What'll it take?" Says, "What do you got?" Says, $28.15. Says, "You got a deal sign here. I'll go get the title and the can full of gas." I put the nail in the slot, fired her up. She coughed and belched up a bunch of smoke, and I backed right through the hog pen into the yard. Well, Frank jumped in and bit my leg, and I beat him off the crowbar. He jumped and went out, the door fell off, and the left front tire went flat. I jacked it up and patched the tube, and Frank tore a piece of my shirt off. Then Bob came out and called him off, says, "You better get on out of here." I went left on the one-lane gravel road, went 14 west and county 12, took 2 full quarts, 4 to Wade Oil, just get to the Congo station. I pulled up with the wrecking up, and Harold Sykes was getting out and said, "I've seen better stuff in the junkyard. Where'd you ever get that truck?" I said, "That's a long story, Harold." I was thumbing through the want ads and the Shelton County Tribune, classified advertising. It's that thing now that something's going to be about an hour, friends, like, damn, your favorite restaurant. So you can go out and ski just one more restaurant. And that stupid Sonic ship's going to take you across the sea of hate to one more faceless brickyard on the shore. Yeah, it's only going to be about an hour, so you're right off all your mountains. Well, that's just entirely people, nice and sad. And all that life scenery going to be level to the ground. All that life is going to line and strip line off the line. Think about the difference so that the junkyard fiddle prairies will be smooth yellow grass fire start like bird. The workers on the beer cans will be buried in the landfill. You'll deposit no sad songs and no return. Yeah, it's only going to take about a minute or so. Those factories want the sunlight. You're going to have to turn your lights on just to see. The lights are going to be neon, saying, "Fly our jets to paradise," and the whole damn world's going to be made of styrene. So listen, little brothers, when you hear the knife inside, and you see the waters flying through the gray polluted sky. There won't be no country music, there won't be no rock and roll. When they take away our country, they'll take away our soul. Yeah, it's only going to be about a second, boys. They take away all of this country, and they'll tell you not to listen to this here song. And that far-off sound of freedom is going to be an echo from the past. And the final tune is going to be sad and long.
Visualize your next objective and let's go.
Stepping. You waiting for trouble, boy.
Saturday night,
Shimmer. I said it's one. This place down
Purple school bus. That astrological sign is on at 35.
Start with something.
That's come through Corvette and Shelby County Tribune. This classified advertisement caught my eye. It said they mediate delivery on this 57 Chevrolet Captain pickup truck that sells for that bid. Well, I put my phone to tell him. He says, "Tell him this is what's big." I said, "This here he said, "Yeah." I said, "Sorry." He says, "14 East County." They grab from you, New York,
That was in
It's sitting right there. The reason you have no shit is picked up 1960 lights laid in one sticker sitting in the big lots of open cars. I heard you got the seat so he said, "Yeah, man, we're at least you picked the
That's 51. Okay.
Back in 1937, with an early snow falling on the train. Strange contraption known to trains and nails older, but the folks in Colorado, she was known by another name. Up the canyon south of Salt, it passed the red cathedral spires across the yellow mountain switchbacks and the ground far below. On the high and lofty trestles near the fabled mines of Ober, the silver San Juan Mountains came a goose of plowing snow. Sunshine Mountain, high internal gas combustion, 8 years arrow pistons full of 15,000 pounds of lead. That snow shed on the summit, the conductor said his prayers. He wired a busted drive shaft on past the blizzard head.
My fingers.
Down 3% Rigo in the valley of Dolores, they still call mountains southern and swat flying east. From the roundhouse of Ridgeway to the depot at Durango, all the tracks are gone for scrap iron and the gangers rest in peace. Up the canyon south of Salt Pit, past the red cathedral spires, across the yellow mountain switchbacks and the plains far below. On the high and lofty trestles near the fabled mines of Ober, in the silver San Juan Mountains, there's a legend in the snow.
Much better. Praise Jesus, and short troops are not close. He needs all the help he can get.
The tank is really proud of his BMW. Not the looks, but the works, as they say. He drives steady, so don't expect wiggle room there.
Come on, platform.
Flatbed out of Wigan. We'd spent all night on the uphill side of 37 miles of hill.
That's crit pass. Right, divine.
We was sitting there sucking toothpicks, drinking knee-high and onion soup. And I says, Earl, let's mail a card to Mother and then send them chickens on down the other side. Yeah, let's give them a ride. Well, Earl put down
But
his bottle and they put down on the throttle and then a couple of
1948 Peterbilt live. Chickens.
we roared up off of that shoulder, spraying pine cones, rocks, and boulders, and put 400 head of them Rhode Island Reds and a couple of burnt-out roosters on the line. Look out below. Well, here we go. Well, we commenced the trucking, and them hens commenced clucking.
1.1
Look out,
mil.
man. Scratched his fan, split up the unused half of the dollar
Let's see,
sticker, and
guys.
some fluff. Says, my,
It's pretty up here.
I says, Earl, this hill can spill us. You better slow down. You can kill us. Just make one mistake, and it's the pearly gates for them 85 crates of USD.
Approved clickers. In second. Y'all want to hit second? That way you don't lose the friggin'. That way you don't lose them clickers.
Well, Earl grabbed on the shifter and he stabbed her into fifth gear. And then the chromium-plated, fully illuminated, genuine accessory shift knob come right off in his hand. I says, you want to screw that thing back on, Earl? He was trying to thread it on there when the fire fell off his cigar and dropped on down, sort of rolled around and lit the cuff of Earl's pants and burned a hole in his sock. Yeah, sort of set right on fire. I looked going out of the window and I started counting phone poles going by at the rate of 4 to the 7th power. Well, I put 2 and 2 together and added 12, carried 5, up to 22,000 telephone poles. I looked at Earl, his eyes were wide, with his fur with his legs surprised. His hand was frozen to the wheel like a tongueless sled in the middle of the blade. I says, Earl, I'm not the type to complain. The time has come for me to explain that if you don't apply some brake real soon, they're going to have to fix it up with a stick. Earl reared back, cocked his leg, stepped down hard to put on his brake, and the pedal went clear of the floor, and his face right there on the floor. And then sort of like stepping on the floor. Off from there on down to just left the Rio Verde, Hairpin County and Switchback City. One of them looked like a Kansas corner. Another looked like a Surrey or right in the middle of the whole damn show. The rest of them know. Sign says Clarence 2 Ultimate line, but the chicken was stacked to 13.9. We shot that funnel at 110 like gas to a front snake through a head. We took that top row of chickens off the liquor and still coming through the end swamp. We down, down, ground at the end of town, bashed into the side of the feed store, downtown Goodsboro.
They say to only bring but carry. So with the all-new 2025 Ford Expedition from bring like 3 dirt bikes, tents, an entire crew.
Well, Interstate 80, we was cutting the fog, just me and those loans. The dog had a 18-wheel with 10 on the floor and steering, laying strip. There was 5 signs says eating gas now. We decided to put in, pick up some chow at the old home, fill her up. Now, if Ben ever blazed wing here in South Sioux, we'd seen us a truck stop waitress or two. This gal's built like a burlap bag full of bobcats. She's got it together. Well, she filled the tank and said, "Thank you, honey." Needless Mavisaki. Honey, old Sloan just sat there watching the wagon and wishing. I said, "You wait in the truck, boy." Then I went inside. She said, "What'll it be?" I said, "A cup of your best, and number 3. She came back with an order to go to Port Hot Sea in the Gulf for Sloan. Said a bunch of flies. Don't Sloan get the bark. I'll let her buck if he left his heart. The old home filler up. Keep on the trucking campaign. Well, Saturday night, we were trucking along. Yeah, me and old Sloan was getting it on. I said, "Sloan, been thinking on getting up and encouraging tonight's the night." Well, the pop the clutch, gave Franny a spin, took the BB Town ramp, and slid on in to the old home filler up. Keep on trucking cafe. It never looked easy. Well, I got the student to believe us. Said, "How'd you like to go for a ride with me and old Sloan and just have a truck order?" She allowed us out. Sounded like a whole lot of fun. We was going to have to wait until the dishes were done. Was it all right with me if she brought along her mother and the chaperone? I said, "Why not?" Well, we geared that Franny in the super low. Horrible, went to see a picture show. Yeah, I took him to the drive-in theater over the Pisgah to see True Grit. Well, the late show was lonely to Sac and then walked up 2 block home, come back to the old home filler up and keep on the trucking cafe. Hey, Susan, the promise. They got a real nice place there. Well, that's a long, lonesome road through the lifetime of a trucker. But me and my new friend, we're gonna make it. It's a long, long road, and the load of life is heavy. But me and this little truck, we're gonna take it through the wind, rain, thunder, till the stormy skies are blue, and the sunrise lights the highway heading home. Well, it's a long, lonesome road through the lifetime of a trucker. But me and this little truck, we're gonna make it. Well, it's a long, lonesome road, and the miles and miles are never take it home. There's a long way to go, and the road ahead is trouble. But this old friend and me, gonna make it. Rain, thunder, till the stormy skies are blue, and the sunrise lights the highway heading home. It's a long, lonesome road through the lifetime of a trucker. But this old truck and me, gonna make it. Yeah, me and this good old friend, we're gonna make it.
One of these people uses the Colgate Total Active Prevention System. It's 15 times more effective at fighting the root cause of many oral health problems. As for the other guy,
Sarah?
Good luck.
Me and RJ and the kids was on a camp out in the mountains, and we had one of them U-Drive Army Jeep cars, which we'd rented from a fellow by the name of Q Bosky for $30 a day. Buy your gas along the way, take a rapid split, and leave a pint of blood for a deposit. And he explained it all to us, how we were supposed to get to Telluride, which is 50 miles away by way of the regular highway. However, there was a shortcut, but unless we had drove the Black Bear Road before, we'd better be off the state, stay in bed, sleep like well, we took up off of the highway and we come upon signs. Says Black Bear Road, you don't have to be crazy to drive this road, but it helps. I says, RJ, this must be the shortcut road you boss was talking about. She didn't pay no mind because she was making peanut butter sandwiches for the kids in the back seat, throwing rocks and drinking Kool-Aid and playing counting license plates. But they wasn't having too much fun counting the license plate or cars because there weren't no other cars. We went about a mile and a half, about 4 hours, busted off the right front fender, tore a hole in the oil pan on rocks big as a hall closet. Went over a pump, spilled the Kool-Aid, and Roy G. stuck his polo knife right through the convertible top, and the dog threw up all over the back seat. Peanut butter don't agree with me, see. So we had to stop, take off the top, and air everything out, and clean it up. The dog ran off, and RJ says she felt her asthma coming on. I was sitting there wondering what to do when the entire scene of San Juan, you drive a Marmy Jeep car, sank in the mud, at 13,000 feet above sea level. Well, we shoved it out and ate our lunch. Dog made a yellow hole in the snow, and Roy G. got out systematic and took a snapshot of it. Mary Elizabeth saw a picture of the road. It looked like a whole bunch of Z's and W's all thrown together. And RJ took one look at it and said the only way that Jeep car is going down that road is over the dead body. Then a rock slipped out and went through the wheel. The drive Army Jeep car went right over the edge of the cliff. Doggone it, Roy G. How many times do I have to explain it to you? When I say put a rock in the wheel, I mean rock. Now look at that, what you got there. Don't make her grapefruit. Me and Earl was hauling chickens on the flatbed out of Wiggins, and we'd spent all night on the uphill side of 37 miles of hell called Wolf Creek Pass, which is up on the Great Divide. And we was sitting there sucking toothpicks and drinking knee-highs and onion soup mix, and I says, Earl, let's mail a card to Mother and then send them chickens on down to the other side. Yeah, let's give them a ride. Well, Earl put down his bottle, and he slipped down on the throttle, and then a couple of booms and 1,000 cubes and a 1948 Peterbilt screamed alive. We were flying. Look out below. Oh, here we go. Well, we commenced trucking, and them hens commenced to clucking. Then Earl took out a match and scratched his pants and lit up the uneasy half of a dollar cigar. Took a puff. Says, my, ain't this pretty up here? I says, Earl, this hill can spill us. You better slow down, you gonna kill us. Just make one mistake, and it's the pearly gates for them 85 crates of USDA-approved cluckers. You want to hit second? Wolf Creek, way up on the creek divide, trucking on down the other side. Well, Earl grabbed on the shifter and he stabbed her into fifth gear, and then the chromium-plated, fully illuminated, genuine accessory shift knob come right off in his hand. I said, do you want to screw that thing back on? He was trying to thread it on there, and the fire fell off in his cigar, dropped on down toward the wheel around, and lifted us up with his pants, and his home stopped. Yeah, no stuff by the fire. I looked on out the window, and I started counting smoke bubbles, going by at the rate of 4 power. I put two and two together, and that's the swell very high, up to 22,000 telephone poles. I looked at Earl, his eyes were wide, his curls and legs fried, his hand froze to the wheel like a tongue to a sled in the middle of the bush. I says, Earl, I'm not the type to complain, but the time has come for me to explain that if you don't apply some brake real soon, they're going to have to pick it up with a stick and a spoon. So Earl reared back, cocked his leg, stepped down as hard as he could on the brake, and the pedal went clear of the floor, and some stayed right there on the floor. And it said it's sort of like stepping on
Visualize
the
your
floor.
next objective.
Well, from there on down, it just wasn't real pretty. Hairpin county switched back steady and went up, looked like a canvas one. Others looked like a Larry. Right in the middle of the whole damn thing. Ryan says Clarence in the 12-foot line, but the chicken was stacked to 13-9. Nobody shot that tunnel in number 10 like gas through a plum and eggs through a hen. They took that top row of chicken prospector and stone off the Louisiana swamp. Went down, ground, ground, down, ground, ground, at the end of town. Bashed into the side of the feed store downtown Dothan Brown.
Things are certain, so is the power of time. 50% more efficient.
The only one. What you think? Oh, you think that's funny, huh? Wait till you see my Supra. Yes, I'm a bunny. Yes, I'm a sun. Took everything out again. Real fast and really cool. I'm like Chris, jumping confused. Swerving is 60 going to 93. There's on the gas and it's. Oh, you think this is a car? Let's put it in an automatic gearbox real quick. My Supra is still better looking. Mine's a Reese Bernke one from the music video. You think you're bad, you're not too bad. I guess I'm a bad man. I'm a bad I'm a bad man. I'm a sad man. Took all cash. Took everything out. And I'm a bad man. I'm a bad I'm a Sorry. Are you gonna run away? Yeah, that's right. Mine, I'm alone. I don't care. I would rather tear up the lawn than my car. It's the worst. Sickness. Got no gift for the sickness.
gangster. A real player named Easy. And I live my life straight crazy. Don't need no fools paying me. And broke groupies and the hoochies don't faze me. I take 2 steps back and release myself. To put platinum and gold on a record shelf. I don't brag, but I tell it like it's straight up business. Before you do it, we can partner, handle your business. And don't get caught slipping on the under, or you might wonder what's up on the edge. I call a spade and get paid. G showed the way, so I give love to him. To all of those with big egos.
I do. Equal
Sip them all and yank that egos. Niggas play this and they roll the streets and gringos. Dedicated to all of those with big egos. Never faking, we get the dough and live legal. Haters, we sip them all and yank that egos. Bitches play this and they bend the Jeeps and Geos. Some people with an attitude, gangsta, y'all. And I don't give a fuck, I keep it gangsta, y'all. I'm a vibe on my side in the CPT. God bless the memory of Easy E. If it wasn't for me, where the fuck you be? Rapping like the treacherous breed, fucking cowards. I done seen Dre rocking parties for hours. And I done seen Ren fucking bitches from Howard. And I done seen Snoop give away an 80 pounds. So fuck Jerry Heller and them white superpowers.
This the shit niggas kill for. They hit a villain niggas spitting with them nigga flows.
We cause tragedy, erratically, systematically. In your house without a key. How fucked up gotta be? Gotta be near your anatomy, my form of flattery.
Assault and battery. Cause we coming with that street mentality. Straight West Coast Rider Academy. Concrete, nigga, that's my reality.
We tend to bust on niggas that can match me.
Or sit a bitch in the mix.
Well, it had to be.
Lying tricks on the dicks that I had a key. Hoes make the world harder than it have to be.
Yeah, that's right. I'm a small fucking ring.
I wish it was, I wish they had the freaking livery that I had. That was a really cool ass livery.
Put your heat up, I stay on deck, so they don't get tight. Look, my nigga. Dedication to all of those with big egos. Never faking, we give the dough and live legal. Haters, we sip them all and yank that egos. Niggas play this and they roll the Jeeps and gringos. Dedication to all of those with big egos. Never faking, we give the dough and live legal. Haters, we sip them all and yank that egos. Bitches play this and they bend the Jeeps and Geos. I'm supposed to be the soldier who never blows his composure. Even though I hold the weight of the whole world on my shoulders, I ain't never supposed to show it. My crew ain't supposed to know it. Even if it means going toe-to-toe with the benzene, it don't matter. I never drag them in battles that I can handle unless I absolutely have to. I'm supposed to set an example. I need to be the leader. My crew looks for me to guide them. If some shit up and just pop off, I'm supposed to be beside him. That job said I tried to squash it. It was too late to stop it. There's a certain line you just don't cross, and he crossed it. I heard him say Hazel's name on a song, and I just lost it. It was crazy. This shit can wavy on some Jay-Z and Nas shit. And even though the battle was won, I feel like we lost it. I spent too much energy on it. Honestly, I'm exhausted, and I'm so caught in it. I almost feel I'm the one who caused it. It's like what I'm in hip-hop for. It's not why I gotten it. That was never my object for someone to get killed. Why would I want to destroy something I helped build? That wasn't my intentions. My intentions were good. I went through my whole career without ever mentioning it. And that was just out of respect. For not running my mouth and talking about something that I knew nothing about. Plus Drake told me stay out. This just wasn't my beef, so I did. I just fell back, watched and gritted my teeth while he's all over TV. Down talking to man who literally saved my life. Like fuck it, I understand this is business, and this shit just isn't none of my business. But still knowing the shit I love it in minutes. Dedication to all of those with big egos. Never faking, we give the dough and live legal. Haters, we sip them all and yank that egos. Niggas play this and they roll the Jeeps and gringos. Dedication to all of those with big egos. Never faking, we give the dough and live legal. Haters, we sip them all and yank that egos. Bitches play this and they bend the Jeeps and Geos.
I'm the doctor's advocate. Nigga Dre shot you, brought me back from the dead. That's why they call him the doctor. The math gon' drop him. If 50 ain't rockin' with him no more, it's okay. Get it poppin'. Whole club rockin' like a 6'4" Impala. Drink Chris, throw it up. Call the shit hydraulics. Then piss in the cup. Call the shit hypnotic. I bleed confident. Spit crack and shit chronic. And you new niggas ain't shit but new niggas. Fake the naked shoe niggas. I'm talking to you niggas. Bouncing the 6'4", throwing up West Side, man. Sell another 5 million albums.
It's actually quite incredible looking. They don't have a lot of good liveries like they do in the Crew 2. 'Cause, I mean, at least in the crew too, they actually had a lot of they had a lot of good liveries for that RX-7, especially for this one, especially for this, for my 98 or my 1988 Mazda. Maybe I'll just have that Mazda thing on the side. That's kind of cool, actually. Keep it the iconic, Mazda red. They just don't make them like they used to. This is probably the first one of the cooler cars because it has the backfires on. Clear the road, you know what I'm saying? This is a fun little car to drive. If I didn't realize if I had my license, I'd buy a car. I would buy a car like this. 100%. Damn it. There's also my little coupe and little two-door one as well. My little 89 Mazda. I'll tell you what, tomorrow we'll play Mafia Definitive Edition. And I'll tell you what, we're going to drive back to the Motorfest car meet. What's it no? Other trucker. Excuse me.